Today, I'll be dissecting the TechCorp security breach and how it could have been prevented using cyber resilience principles and the NIST cybersecurity framework.
What happened?
TechCorp experienced a major data breach when attackers gained access through a compromised third-party vendor account. For 18 days, the attacker moved around unnoticed, using those credentials to access the payment processing system and steal sensitive data from about 50,000 customers. The scary part? It was only discovered during a routine log check. A staggering $2.5 million loss in penalties and reputational damage was recorded. Now, when we look at this from a cyber resilience perspective, a few key gaps stand out. First, governance. Even though TechCorp has a CISO and a cybersecurity committee, cybersecurity isn't fully part of their business strategy. It's more reactive than proactive. What they need is stronger cyber risk policies and consistent reporting to top management so security becomes a priority at every level. Second, asset management. They do have an inventory, but it's basic. Critical systems and sensitive data aren't properly secured. This makes it easier for attackers to find valuable information. Automating asset management and properly classifying data would go a long way in fixing this. Third, human factors. Employees only get general security training once a year, and there are no phishing simulations. Since this attack started with phishing, that's a big gap. Regular, role-based training and phishing drills could have helped prevent this entirely. Another major issue is third-party risk. The attacker got in through a vendor account, which shows weak controls. TechCorp needs stricter vendor assessments, multi-factor authentication, and tighter access control for third parties. Now let's talk about detection. The breach lasted 18 days without being noticed. That clearly shows weak monitoring. There's no real-time visibility. To fix this, TechCorp should implement tools like a SIEM system, enable continuous monitoring, and set up alerts for unusual activity like large data transfers. Also, their incident response plan hasn't been tested in over 18 months. That's a problem. Regular simulations and testing are essential to make sure the team knows how to respond quickly and effectively. When we assess their overall maturity using the NIST framework, TechCorp falls between partial and risk-informed. Some areas, like backups and endpoint protection, are decent, but governance, monitoring, and response still need serious improvement. Finally, through these recommended IT audit procedures, TechCorp could have caught many of these issues early. Regular audits should focus on vendor access, data protection, monitoring systems, and even simulated attacks to test readiness.
Thank you for your attention. We are G14.